Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a very busy day. I am leaving on a trip tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit. I have a ton of work to get done. I really need to stay focused, and you guys know it is so helpful for me when I film a day in the life video and I have a lot to do, and I'm not even being a little bit dramatic. It is amazing to me when I know I'm documenting what I'm doing, how I stay focused and on task. And you know, the day before you leave on a trip, time does not work the same way. I don't know if this is true for you or if it's just for me, but the time just seems to fly by and I need to stay focused. So we're going to work in my closet first. I have some resetting to do in there. I need to do some Swedish Death Cleaning. Whoop, whoop. Some stuff needs to go to the donation center. I might take that today. I might save that for another day. It just all depends. But I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for body doubling. Is that what it's called? Thank you for body doubling for me, because you really do keep me on task. You have no idea how helpful you are being. So if you've never been to my channel before, consider subscribing, consider hanging around. It's a lot of fun. We cover a lot of different topics. And today we're going to cover what it's like for me to get ready for a trip. And I'm really glad you're here. I actually heard a professional organizer speak once, and unfortunately I don't remember who it was, but what she said always stuck with me, even though her name did not, which was you need to reorder a space as many times a year as you are in it per week. So if you are in your closet 7 days a week, as I am, as all of us are, then you're going to need to reorder your closet at least 7 times per year. And so basically once a month, once every other month, I have to get in here and reset, reorder, reevaluate, get rid of things that maybe I'm not wearing anymore, that are not serving me anymore. And just taking that time makes such a huge difference on an ongoing basis to keep me from being frantic, so that on those mornings or on a day when I'm getting ready for a trip, I'm not in a panic because I can't find things, I don't know what I have. And you would think, at least I used to think, that you could reset it and reorder it and just, it would be done. Your systems would be set and you could move on. It isn't true. Because you change, your clothing needs change, your belongings change, the weather changes. There's a million different reasons why you have to get into that space and reevaluate, reorganize, pare down. It's just the way it is. Okay, this is our very healthy donation stack. Lots of stuff here, y'all. Lots of really good stuff that needs to be rehomed. I will donate to a couple of different places, but as always, it feels so good to get rid of some stuff. If you watched my spring favorites video, you saw that I did add a couple things. So I am getting rid of way more than I brought in, and that always makes me feel really good. So that was a very productive couple of hours. I got my closet organized. I got stuff sent over to my bookkeeper. I booked a Disney cruise for later in the summer. Not going to talk about that right now, but it's going to be amazing. Very excited about that. I had a placeholder that I needed to use. And if you've never sailed on Disney Cruise Line before, a lot of cruise lines do this. In fact, I think all cruise lines do this, where you have the opportunity while you're on board to reserve a future sailing. So I did that, got that all booked. And now I'm going to show you footage of me packing up my suitcase for the trip I'm leaving on tomorrow. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about are these Compass Rose packing cubes. These were sold out on Amazon, or I don't know, there was some weird thing with who owned the company. Amazon sold them for a while under their own label, but now they're back, so you can get them again. The reason I love them so very much is because they fit perfectly in these little wells of the suitcase. So if you have a clamshell, hardshell suitcase that has a trolley, this is going to be the reality on this side, because these are the bars that, obviously the handle that goes up and down. So you want to make sure you have things that will nestle into these 3 spots. These are designed to fit absolutely perfectly in those slots. So you can go 1, 2, and then if I had another one, it could go right here, and then there would still be room for more stuff there. So I'm going to do that and that. And then I'm not going to do packing cubes on this side. I'm actually going to set the clothes in there, not in packing cubes. And that's so that I can make sure I fill every single available space. I prefer packing cubes for this side over here, which is flat on the bottom. Okay, so packing cubes or non-clothing items would go over here. And then on this side, we're going to put the rest of our clothes. Now my pajamas, I like to put here and here. I've done that the last couple trips and that's worked great. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab those. It's just, you know, after a busy travel day, it's really good to know exactly where your pajamas are. I find that very comforting. So my pajamas are in there now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my clothes in these other spots. So I'll do my shirts since those are smaller. And I'm just, the name of this game is fit in all of the available space. That's really all there is to it. It's not that I don't believe them, but when people who do packing videos are like, rolling is better than packing cubes and laying flat is better than this. And gosh, you know what? To be completely transparent, I think I've done a video like that about laying the clothes flat, but kind of folding them over each other if you're taking a lot of dresses. And yes, that could absolutely work. But I feel like every single trip, every single time I pack, it's a little bit different than the time before. And sometimes I'll want to do packing cubes, especially if I'm moving hotels. I'm definitely going to do packing cubes to make it easier to divide things up. And so when I go to move, it's not a big ordeal. But yeah, for a trip like this, that's mostly, more casual items, I think rolling is definitely the way you want to go. Excuse my squeaky floor. That really was the floor. I don't know if you can hear that. We live in a 2-story house that was built in '95, and squeaky floors come with the territory. So now I've got all that in there. I can obviously fit a little more in there. So I'm gonna throw this dress. This dress is from Wool and those of you who are like, oh my gosh, you're going to Florida in early May and you're wearing wool. Yes, wool is like a magical fabric that absolutely breathes. And I have loved this dress at Disney. I've worn it multiple times. And I think this one is a size medium. It is merino wool with just a little bit of nylon, and it will not smell, and it's naturally cooling, and I just love it. Now see what I just did? I folded it a little bit differently because I really wanted it to fit in that little spot right there. So folding things so that they fit is the key to the game here. And then this little dress you guys have seen before, this will double as my pool cover-up. I'm not taking a separate bathing suit cover-up. Now, a few things that I normally pack that you're not gonna see me pack, things like sunscreen, my fan, stuff like that, is because those things are in my owner's locker that will be waiting for me at my hotel. So yeah, and I'm gonna put that ball cap right there. And I think that's probably good enough for this size. Now, I could actually, you know what? I lied, because I want to show you guys how the compression part works. So I'm going to put these shorts in here too. Boy, that floor is just going to squeak away. Let's put that there. And then let's kind of just lay these shorts on top, okay? Now, we're going to do this. And do not be afraid that you're going to break these compression straps. I know you're gonna think that you are, but you're not. Press those down. Some people like the compression packing cubes. I've worked with those. Those can be great, but with the away suitcases, and also I think the Monos suitcases are like this, it has its own little section that you can compress down. So now all we have left to put over here is my skirts, this dress, and then the other skirt that I'm taking, I actually have hanging up because I'm going to wear that on the airplane. This is one of the few instances where I am wearing a skirt and not pants on the airplane. It's only an hour-long flight. Also, we got upgraded to first class, so that's super bougie. I am taking, one of you asked in a video if I was still using my away travel toiletry kit. I absolutely am. I am taking it on this trip. Here are all of my toiletries. The only thing I don't have over here yet is my makeup, and I will throw that in the bag the morning we leave because I will want to put some makeup on for the flight. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. I'm not concerned about putting this in with my clothes because everything is nice and zipped up and there's nothing to worry about. Because this is by away travel, it is designed to fit right there, which makes it absolutely lovely. I'm going to go ahead and put my ball cap over here, my water bottle, and my emergency medical kit and my electronics. I'm going to put in my park bag, which, as we talked about, is preloaded, and then that will go in here. So really, this is it. This is all I'm taking. So I have so much extra room, which is actually good because I have a few things in my owner's locker that I want to bring home. So plenty of room for those things. And obviously I have room here too. And this is all ready to be zipped up. So I'm gonna do that. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you if I can keep the thing from knocking over. I did not overstuff this, but I am telling you, do not be afraid to overstuff these. Now, I might have already said this. Did I already say this? We're going down to Florida. It is a true vacation. I am not filming. I am not creating content. I am not posting on social media. I have not done a trip that I haven't documented in a long time. So I'm very, very excited. It's not a long trip. It's only 4 nights. And here is that Away Everywhere, the new tote bag, and there's Sadie. And it's so simple for this trip. I have very minimal electronics because I'm not filming. I have a first aid kit in our owner's locker, so this is just some extra stuff. My Kindle, a water bottle. I already have my toiletry bag in here. That was as I was trying to decide what to take. And then I'm taking this Vera Bradley bag for the first time to be my park bag. Sadie, what are you doing? She's settling in. I like it because it has these compartments and it's also a little bit bigger than my other crossbodies. I have my sunglasses in here, my sun hat. This park bag is already ready to go. A lot of you guys know when you get to Disney resorts, especially as a DVC member, a lot of times your room isn't ready. So as soon as we get to the resort, I'll be able to pull this out and we can hit the ground running. So yeah, a very quick pack. You know, it's kind of nice when you go to a place you've been a million times because you know exactly what you need. So yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, we're in my car. I am going to go ahead and go to the donation center. We talk about this, I feel like, every single time I do a Swedish Death Cleaning video or even hint at doing a Swedish Death Cleaning video. For me, getting the stuff out of my house and not piling it up in the basement or leaving it in the garage or leaving it in the trunk of my car is super important for me to get the job done well and to just feel like the project is finished. Also remember, don't ever donate trash unless it's a place that has said they want your trash. It's amazing to me, these donation centers, how much stuff just still ends up in the landfill, and you don't want to use it as your personal dump. So make sure you're donating items in good shape that can be donated. There's so many different ways you can donate, and that's really a personal decision. I have a way that I like to donate that I'm not even going to mention because everyone is always very opinionated about how and where I should donate. But I would say that's my business, and you donate where it makes sense for you. Maybe you want to sell some things. I used to do a lot of selling on Poshmark. If you've never done that, it's super easy. Not doing that this time, just going to take it to the donation center, release it, and move on with my day. So let's go. Okay, I'm at the donation center. I just want to show you guys the dumpster. It is packed and they will be throwing stuff in here all day. So just don't donate to your local donation store and just make it a dumpster situation. That doesn't help anybody, especially not the charity. So if things belong in a dumpster, put them in the dumpster yourself, recycle them properly, but don't donate them. You just create work for volunteers who have better things to do. Okay, so in the midst of this day where I am packing for a trip and taking donations and all the things, a dear friend of mine made a post on social media about a homophobic attack that he was on the receiving end of. It was verbal, thank God. It could have absolutely escalated to more had some cooler heads not prevailed. I'm not going to go into the story because it's not mine to share. I've chatted with him. He is with friends. He is managing. I just can't believe that in 2024, we have not evolved to a point where we can accept people for who they were created to be. I'm stunned at what we still allow in our society and that people can still say things. This particular man has been arrested. So there's that. Other good-meaning bystanders stepped in. I would hope that I would be one of those bystanders that would step in. But all we can all do is speak out when we see it. And also, though, we can give money to organizations that are trying to change things. We donate monthly to the Human Rights Campaign here in the U.S. They work at a very high level politically within government organizations to stop hate and to make things equal for all. We love them. Another great option is the Trevor Project. I've talked about them before. Their focus is on suicide prevention for queer youth. I know if you are watching this and you are a member of the LGBTQ community, you have most likely, tragically, been the victim of either verbal and some of you physical abuse. And sorry, it seems like a ridiculous thing to say, but we all need to do better. We need to do better at speaking out when we hear it, even at work, or maybe a joke that seems harmless. It's not harmless. And in my lifetime, I've seen this issue go from something where I thought we were getting way better to where we are now, where it feels like some of these things people just turn a blind eye. And whatever sphere of influence you have in your life, speak out against hate anywhere and everywhere that you can. This is my sphere of influence. So I am speaking out against hate by using my platform to say, let's give to causes that want equality for all, that are fighting for people to be able to love who they want to love. And I'm just so sorry that this still goes on. It absolutely breaks my heart. So let's all do what we can within what we have to work with. Give your money, give your time, give your voice, and let's do better. So that has got me so upset that I have come down to the basement and I'm going to go for a run. Those of you that, I don't know, maybe if you're new to the channel, you may not know, as we're passing by my medal stand, that I was a runner for a long time. I used to do all the Run Disney races. Running was a huge part of my life. By the way, look how nice this looks over here. I mean, we still need to paint, but it's getting there. And I had to stop because of my knee. And I've been in physical therapy now for about 2 months, not 3 months, about 2 months. My physical therapist has cleared me to start running. However, he said that I ran too much mileage too fast. So now I've had to back up a little bit. So I'm only allowed to run like 1 mile to 1.5 miles at a time, which if you're a runner, I explained to him that sucks because runners, like the first mile is the worst mile and then it gets better after that, but whatever. So I'm down here on the treadmill. I'm going to try to work through some of the anger I am feeling about what my friend had to go through, about hatred in the world. I'm going to put on my running playlist, which is on the aggressive side, and I'm not sad about that. And then I'll check back in because I could either have had a glass of wine or I could go for a run. I'm going to go for a run first, and then I'm going to have a glass of wine. I did 1.14 miles, very slow. Tori, my physical therapist, if you're watching. Anyway, I know that at 53, getting back into running has to go slow. It's frustrating because mentally I want to keep going, but I am putting myself under the care of a medical professional so that I can get back to not running marathons again. I really don't need to do that. I would, however, because it's so good for my mental health, and even just this little bit of mileage I've been getting back in, I'm like, oh my God, that's right. That's why I used to do this. That's why for 10 years I did this. I would love, and I have told Tori this, that's my physical therapist, if that wasn't obvious. I would love to get back to 2 to 3 miles, 2 to 3 times a week. That's it. That's all I want. That would make me really happy. And he says, if I listen to him, if I do my exercises, and if we follow the program, there's no reason why I can't start doing that again, and then keep doing that well into my later years, which is the hope and the goal. So anyway, if you're starting back from either an injury or a break or whatever, yeah, it's frustrating, but we can do it. So I did not intend or think that I would be feeling sadness and anger today, but I did, because that's real life and that's what happens. But I'm going to keep waking up every day and doing my best to spread love and not hate, to vote for candidates that will protect everybody's rights, and give to causes that are meaningful to me. And I'm going to be super grateful for the life that I live. And whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy. I don't know if I'm going to talk about this trip when I get back or not. I might and I might not. It just really depends on how it goes. I kind of don't want to. I kind of just want to keep this trip to myself and enjoy a few days vacation. And there'll be loads of great content coming up when I get back. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.